So how do you actually become YouTube famous? You know, over the last couple years, we've interviewed over 100 YouTube influencers, and recently we crossed over 1 million subscribers across our various YouTube channels. So in this video, I want to share a few practical tips to help you on your journey to becoming a YouTube celebrity. Coming up. Hey, what's up? Sean here with Think Media, bringing you the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. And on this channel, we do a lot of tech and camera reviews, as well as tips and strategy videos, just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So I was reading this article online that says, forget being a nurse or a doctor, 3/4 of today's children would rather be YouTubers and vloggers. And I think that's kind of crazy that of the children surveyed here, 75% wanted a career in online video. But it makes sense because it's such an awesome opportunity to share and impact people, build your influence, and potentially make a great living while doing it. And so recently here in Las Vegas, I was on John Spencer Ellis's Entrepreneur Show, and he brought up the question, Sean, how does someone become a YouTube celebrity? And it got me thinking, and some of the content I shared was stuff I've never shared anywhere else. So I wanted to cut to that right now to give you this value, to learn maybe some of the good and the bad of being a YouTube celebrity. So let's dive into it.
I just learned from a past guest that a bunch of first graders were surveyed and they were asked what they want to do, and it wasn't the traditional or obligatory, I want to be a nurse, a doctor, a firefighter, a cop, or whatever. They want to be a YouTube star. Blew my mind. I mean, it's just fascinating. Or like a social media influencer. First of all, what does that mean? What does it mean to be a YouTube star? What quantifies or qualifies you as that?
Yeah, I think that would be niche dependent, right? Because, for instance, on my team, Heather is our operations officer, but she also runs a homeschool channel. It's got around 10,000 subscribers right now, but she's one of the biggest homeschool YouTubers.
Wow.
Why? Because it's not as large of a niche as somebody with 10 million subscribers or 20 million subscribers because they're comedy. So I think you should, and I think that's what's cool about YouTube. I think that small is the new big. I would rather say be a big fish in a small pond than maybe try to go off stardom. And maybe one of the biggest mistakes would be to be trying to become a celebrity. I think the goal would be to be trying to become a person of value for a particular group of people.
And then the celebrity will come as a result.
And then the celebrity comes as a result.
Okay. All right. So what I want to know is who's making the most money on YouTube?
So that's a great question, and there has been some articles about how PewDiePie, as the most subscribed YouTuber, was like the highest paid YouTuber. But even to this day, even though he still has the most subscribers, he doesn't get the most views. So just because people come and go, but views is where a lot of people, right now it's Fortnite players, Ninja, people playing Fortnite, they're getting 3 to 5 million views a video. That could be anywhere from 5 to 10 to maybe 15 or 20,000 a video when you're getting that kind of views.
So you're talking about shared ad revenue.
Just ad revenue. But the people who make the most money on YouTube, you probably wouldn't know it. So the Paul brothers got a lot of views, but for merch, I've heard numbers like $1 million a month in merch.
So what kind of merchandise are they selling?
Hoodies, yoga pants, shirts, hats. They've maximized merch. Both of them independently, Logan Paul and Jake Paul.
So are they doing on Amazon or Shopify from YouTube? Do you know?
I believe they're doing it all themselves. So it's Shopify.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Does it work just in your country of origin? I know obviously the web and YouTube level everything. The world is one. I get it. But I'm guessing, aside from the language barrier, someone who's in Canada and is Canadian based is probably going to do better in Canada than the United States in general. Am I off there?
I think that the question that entrepreneurs need to be answered is two things. Number one, if you're on YouTube and you want to succeed, you need to know who is your target audience. And then number two, you need to know what is your value proposition. So here's the thing. If you're living in Australia, but you know your target audience is like American businessmen, then you just are delivering content that way and you could be the biggest. So I think it actually starts kind of with the end in mind. Now, some people grow the other way where they just all of a sudden, like, for some reason they resonate with people in the Philippines, and they didn't know that was gonna happen. But I think that typically you wanna reverse engineer everything and start with who is it that you actually wanna reach, and it doesn't matter where you live, so long as you're adding value to that group of people.
What's the one thing someone can do, aside from adding value, to become a YouTube celebrity that most people, if you look at someone's channel and you think, gosh, if they would just do this, they could make it? What is that one thing that's often missing?
Well, I think it is value, but maybe, we're in like kind of how-to and education right here. This is what value could be. It's either going to be informational. That could be a news channel, like you're giving me news. It could be educational. It's kind of what we're doing. We're adding tips. It could be motivational. We've seen that, just inspiration, motivation, inspiration. It also could just be entertainment. So when you have those vlog channels, that could be humor, laughing, and that is all of us. The only reason we're turning on The Office and laughing at Jim, Michael Scott, and Dwight or whatever, right? The only reason we're turning on CSI is because it is adding value to us. It's an escape, it's whatever. We should define some of these things. Are we helping audiences escape and decompress after work? Are we helping the people on the other side of the camera learn something? Are we causing them to laugh? It's always gonna be an exchange. Are we educating them? One of my favorite YouTubers, and where I actually get my news, is a guy named Phil DeFranco. And he's built his news show. He gets a lot of times more page views, more views than like CNN, period.
Wow.
And he's like a self-made. That's what YouTube is so exciting. Like, we're living in an era where from wherever you can build your influence, your income, and make a huge impact. No matter who you are, the playing field has been leveled. But again, his stuff is good. And I feel, his name's Phil, at the end of his show, he goes, now you've been filled in. But I feel like, I'm like, boom, I know my current information, I know, and he hits politics, he leads with the viral stories because that's what, people want to see. They want to see gossip and drama. But then he hits what's happening in politics and the government. Very well crafted show, probably a show worth studying if you want to do well on YouTube. But nevertheless, there's a value exchange there, and I keep showing up because of that value.
Very, very cool.
So I hope that you found that segment valuable. And actually, if you're interested in more training and tips like that, we're gonna be hosting a free masterclass coming up soon. Now, typically in the past we've done these and they've been about YouTube tips and tactics, but this upcoming masterclass is actually for anybody that would want to really create a career as a social media influencer or as a YouTuber. And we're gonna be talking a lot more about the branding, the marketing, building a business model around YouTube, as well as the psychology that goes into building an audience and really getting people to take action. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, just go to fulltimeinfluencer.com, and we'll also put a link to it in the description below so you can register. Question of the day: what kind of content are you creating on YouTube? What's your topic? What's your niche? Let me know in the comment section below. So thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't yet. And if you want to see other videos in our YouTube tips series, just click or tap the screen right there. For another video from Think Media, click or tap the screen right there. Until next time, this channel is all about bringing you the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. Keep crushing it, and we will talk soon.